Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner over here today on the Not2Shabby Shop Facebook page and over on my YouTube channel. So I would love for you to go ahead and say hello as soon as you pop in, letting me know where you're watching. Looks like I am live in both places, which is good. I've had some... Hey Brenda, hey Heather, how are you doing? Brenda's in the house. Awesome. Okay, let me turn that part off. Hey Cordelia, how are you doing, honey? Can you guess which troublemaker she is? Hello, Dawn. Thank you guys for popping in so quick. It's 7 o'clock on the dot, and you guys are all in here to hang out with me, and we're gonna play with some donuts. Anyway, I'm on the... Hello, Heather. So we are going to be playing with a couple of paper pads. This is for the paper pads of the month for Not2Shabby, and that is summer donuts and summer gingham. Haven't decided what I'm going to do, but you guys kind of know that's kind of how I do. But when I saw these and when I saw the stamps of the stamp and die of the month, which I wasn't getting, I said, Jamie, can I order those? So I went ahead and I got these, and they are super cute. One issue with them, I'm going to go ahead and say this at this point because it was discovered after the first batch went out. It's probably already been corrected. I know Jamie knew about it right off the bat. We let her know as soon as somebody noticed it, and I'm probably going to be using it anyway, but that's okay. There was a problem with one of the dies. One of the dies, and that's this one, is for the cute little kitty, our little kitty donut, right? Only thing is, you'll notice that the hole was in the wrong place, so there was a problem with manufacturing. However, if you look at the cat and you look at the fox, they are almost identical, except that the fox's ears kind of go out a little bit more, right? So we've got two dies. So it's exactly the same, except if you want to do the kitty, you just trim it down a little bit. Yeah, you know how I do. Yeah. Anywho, it's been a day. I've been busy editing a video for you guys. So it's going up. It's going to be on the channel. It's on my YouTube channel at 11 o'clock tomorrow. And there are a total of 8 cards in that one because I kind of went crazy. Hello, Dee. How are you doing? Dee did want to let you know that Judy contacted me, so we're going to be working out something. I have not reached back out to her because I haven't had any time to get the stuff I was going to looked at today. So sorry about that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Let me zoom out a little bit. I actually hooked up a button last week to be able to zoom a little bit. It's like just kind of a filter thing in my OBS where I can say I want it to be all the way out, I want it to be a little bit in, I want it to be a lot in, so I can do a little bit. It's still optical zoom, so it's not nearly as good as having it, I'm sorry, it is still digital zoom, so it's not as good as optical zoom, but it'll work for now. Okay, great. Starting off, I want to stamp out some of our cute little critters. I mean, they're critters, but they're donuts, and they're donuts. So now I'm getting hungry. Anybody want to bring me a donut? Yeah. And I haven't actually fixed this from last night yet. That's okay. This goes under the DIY sticky mat. There we go. Now it looks like it's supposed to. And I don't know which one I want to play with because these guys are just all so cute, right? We've got a bunch of little donuts. We've got a little box. Got a little panda bear. We got a little kitty. We've got a little brown bear or whatever color bear you want to do. What kind of donut? I want something which actually, I love Krispy Kreme. I think I love Krispy Kreme because when I was in high school, in my drama class, we used to sell those to try to pay for costumes and sets and stuff. And it was real cheap back then. It's like you get a dozen donuts and they were 15 cents a piece or 2 for a quarter. So, yeah, what I wound up doing is I would sell somebody, I'd sell a couple people a donut and there would be a little bit of extra money left and I would eat the difference. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't wind up blowing up like a balloon, but I didn't. Anyway, Dawn is wanting a donut too. So I'd love to have Krispy Kreme, but I also love Boston cream and I love crullers too. So there's a lot of different ones. I'm not really into the ones with the jellies and stuff in them, but I do love the chocolate and I do love the glaze. Yeah. Anywho, I'm going to start off with just seeing if I can find where I had some card panels sitting here, and now I don't remember where they are or if this is it. I've had too much stuff on my desk for a week. Okay. What's bad is I actually have it kind of cleared off, but then now I can't find the stuff. So I do have some panels, so that is good. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp out some of the little donuts. And Bandy, we have Brian in the house. Welcome on in. And speaking of welcome on in, welcome on in. Okay, and if anybody over, let me go ahead and check on the chat over on Facebook too, because yeah, I know that there's a couple of people watching. There's a couple of people. Brenda said hello over there too. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you guys want to pop into the Facebook group at any point in time and say something on that, on the video over there, on the live over there, and give it a thumbs up, go ahead and give it a heart or whatever. That helps the algorithm on Facebook to support Not Too Shabby, and we want to do that. Hello, Miss Gloria. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, so, yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I am going to play with the donuts, though. These donuts are too cute. I mean, if I begged Jamie to let me get these, then yeah, you know I have to play with them. So I'm just going to I kind of want to do all 5, you know? And I've got dies to cut them all out. Do I have room on here to do all 5? I think I do. There we go, and I'll put the red one right in the middle there. So let's go ahead and stamp these guys out. And because I had so much fun last night with doing, and the last couple of days and everything, doing heat embossing, I'm going to heat emboss with these. Does anybody want to help me not make a mess? I just dropped stuff all over my floor. There we go. I don't want to lose my pieces, right? Okay, so I'm going to stamp these out in VersaFine Claire, and I've only stamped out one of them so far because, yeah, busy and things happen, right? And what I had stamped out was the kitty because, you know, when someone posted about that issue with the dies, I thought, you know what? I bet it's the same. It looks the same. Let me try it. So I went ahead and stamped out the cat and then die cut it out. And sure enough, all it takes is a little bit with your scissors to trim up the ears a little bit. And other than that, it's perfect. Okay. So there's our little donuts. Oh, and that looks great. It stamped perfect the first time. So let me get out my embossing powder because, of course, I was not prepared. And I'm using Wow Clear embossing powder like normal, which means the fact that I forgot again to add my anti-static powder tool on here is okay, because Wow Clear embossing powder has an anti-static property which helps with that. And you guys are probably getting tired of me making that excuse. I just always forget. I really do. I am so bad. Okay, looks like I've got everything covered. Let's go ahead and heat this up. I'm starting from the bottom so I don't blow it all over my desk. But look at the little foxy. These are so cute. Okay, I think those look great, and they're all nice and shiny. Eventually, I'll start actually making my way down this humongous jar. I've had this jar since 2017, I think. Oh, that is perfectly fine. Thank you so much, Dee. I appreciate that. Why would I mind you sharing this to your group? You know, I love that. Okay, so Brian is asking if I use the if I did a video the other day where we used the opposite side of the donut to stamp the color. And no, it wasn't me. And now I'm thinking maybe I should do that, because I was actually thinking of doing instead using my paper pouncers on it. But I started thinking also, I don't know if I want to cover the whole thing. The paper pouncers will kind of give it a little bit of a shaded look, I think. I was planning on doing some blending brushes, but now I'm kind of wanting to do that. So I'm going to do a second one. Can't have too many donuts, right? Let me dry these off. Because I think what I want to do is I want to try stamping them with the back side first, and then stamping the heat embossing on there. So we'll see how that does. And if I go with a light enough brown, I can add additional color and everything to it. But this should work. I mean, what you're saying should absolutely work with this, because you know what? These are, I think the word's isometric, where both sides are the same, you know, vertically. So they should work fine with that. And a circle is a circle. Okay, so let's see how this does. So just like we were able to use the die for the bear to work on the kitty, we should be able to use the back of the stamps to work on the front. And for this, because I don't have a ton of browns, I'm debating on what I want to use. I do have some new Simon Hurley, so I've got cookie dough and I've got weeping willow, and I'm thinking I want to go with cookie dough to start off with, and then maybe I'll use a finger dauber or something to add a little bit of shading around the outside and give it a little bit more shape. So we will see how this does. Okay. So that worked pretty good. I do need to put some more ink down though, because they are a little, this is because of brand new inks too. Cookie dough is the obvious choice. Well, yeah. And, you know, Christmas in July is coming, so Christmas cookie cards would be awesome. Okay, I'm going to say that that is good enough for the base color. Okay. Now, debating. Let me go ahead and get out one of my new finger daubers. My old I've got a case of finger daubers that I've had for a while, and I never did know for sure what kind of inks any of them were because it's been so long. So far, this brand new one I just got has been used on one of them, and I have it labeled as embossing. Except the label's popping off. I'm going to have to find a better way to label it. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of the weeping willow. A little more than that. Kind of go just around the edges and go on the ears, I think. Ears should be a little bit darker, especially on my little panda bear. Hello, Miss Linda. Welcome on in, honey. How you doing? And what's fun is on the stamps, you know exactly where to go. I mean, if you want to make it a little bit darker in the center around the hole, you can you can do that because you can see straight through these. So I think that's kind of cool. And I'm probably not adding enough of the ink around, but I can always add it later after we get done with all of this, right? This is just kind of a base coat so that we have a starting point. Okay, so let's see if I've got any ink on there because I have no idea. I'm going to say that's good enough. It does look like they're kind of cooked on the outside. And then once I get the that black ink heat embossed with the regular image, I think that's going to look even better. Let me clean these guys off. So we got our little fox. This does mean that there's not really going to be a white border, you know, that little white border that we normally have around our die cut images like this. It's probably not going to be one because we use the ink to color it. I'll say that's close enough. And of course, if you wanted to do a ton of these, fastest way to do it is going to be to die cut a bunch of them out and die cut out a template. Okay, so there we go. This time, I do need to use my anti-static powder tool because this other ink might not, but the other ink might attract some of that embossing powder because it might be a little bit wet still. We're going to see how this does. I may have to do a little blast of heat to make sure it's dry enough. Yeah, it feels like it's not quite dry, so let me go ahead and try to heat set that a little bit. At least the donuts don't look burnt, right? They're just toasted. It feels okay, I think. Okay, it's dry. Awesome. And I'm still going to use my anti-static powder tool, though, just to be safe. And I think it's because my sticky mat is not as sticky as it needs to be, and now the paper's a little bit warped. I'm going to use a little bit of tape on the back to hold it in place. There we go. They look yummy. Thank you, Linda. Until you add the face. Well, here's the thing. I like those Halloween donuts that look cute. Okay, I love that. And yeah, I would eat them. Yeah, I would definitely eat them. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did before and add some versifying clear. Not turned down. That looks pretty good. It looks like I am a little bit off on some of them, but you know what? It's okay. What? No! I did not steal Elizabeth's crafting supplies, so what's going on with Elizabeth? I mean, I know that she had internet issues, and I reached out to her earlier because I wanted to see what she wanted to do about next Tuesday, which is 4th of July. And it's also first Tuesday of the month, which we usually do as a planner one. So we haven't 100% decided what we're going to do. So I reached out to her about that, and I asked her about her internet, and she said that her internet is fine. So good. So my assumption is that she's still planning on going. Oh, you told her that I took her stamp. Did I miss something in the chat? When was that said? And is Elizabeth in the chat? Because I didn't see her, but that doesn't mean she's not here. Yes, she's fine. Okay. So she may be going live tonight too. I don't know. I was asking, was she getting ready? She couldn't find it. You mean she's starting to blame me like I blame her? Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and die cut these out. And I figure once we get done over here, we can all head on over to Elizabeth's channel because it looks like Dawn says that she is live. Elizabeth's normal time every week is Wednesday at this time of night. I do this once a month, so it is what it is. And let's find the things and put things away. Yeah, I am so bad. Okay, here's one of my dies. Here's the rest of my dies. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put my little dies on there. Should I color them more before I die cut them? I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try using my Marvy blender pen with my Simon Hurley ink and see how that does. Kind of want my fox to be a little bit oranger though, because we've got a good base layer down, right? So I've also got some old Hero Arts. I don't even know if there's any ink on there. Yeah, there's a little bit of ink on there. And so I'm going to try coloring in this additional part with just some of this and see how that does. I could use my markers, but I don't really want to mix the mediums too much. Probably be okay, but I may still come back in with my markers to do the ears and stuff because, yeah, maybe. We'll see. Okay, and I do want a little bit. I'm going to do something that I probably shouldn't do. This one is a red, and I'm going to see what it looks like over this other color and see if it's, that actually is going to be pretty cool. I want a little bit more orange on my little fox, so I'm just blending in some of this red over that brown I just added, and hopefully it won't start pilling. I do seem to have a little bit of pilling going on. But I think that looks better for my little fox. The fox is done. And that was pretty quick. Okay, so Jamie is over on Not2Shabby. She says, hello, I'm at a restaurant for her birthday, but wanted to pop in. Happy birthday, Jamie. That's fabulous, honey. Have a great dinner. Did you know that you can use Stampin' Up! Inks with a water brush? I don't have any Stampin' Up! Inks, but I would assume so. I have used Simon Hurley's with watercolor, and I used, let's see, I did that earlier this week, but yeah. Did I miss you say hello? I'm watching both Debbie J and well, I'm on two chats at once too, Linda. She said hello over on the Facebook group. So she is in the Facebook group right now over at Not2Shabby Shop over there. You are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have actually, I think I've only got a few Stampin' Up! Products, and I think those were given to me. I think I got involved with all of this stuff. I think I never did get involved with any of the Stampin' Up! Things. I haven't actually done a lot of crafting with people present. Okay, I have to admit, it's not even that I haven't done a lot. I haven't done hardly any. The first time that okay, now she's here over my YouTube channel. Yay! Hey, Jamie, and your name is down here. Jamie's in the house. Tell everybody happy birthday to Jamie. Trying to think of what do I want to put up. Party. I need to add some sounds to some of these effects. The only ones I've got are welcome and winner. This one's got yells. Yeah. Well, she is definitely a winner. So I wish I had one that was birthday, but I didn't get one of those from Gloria. I don't think that they had created one yet. Okay, so we've got that. And let's see, what do I want to do next? I want to put a little bit of pink. Yeah, I'm just using some of my little ink cubes right now. They're not, these have been in a drawer for probably at least 2 years. I have been bad. I have not been using these. It's kind of weird. You get something new and then you use it and then you use it and you use it and you use it and you never go back to some of your older stuff. Just like I've had this and I never use it. My blender pen. And I have no idea if I'm damaging it, using it the way I am, but it is what it is, right? Go ahead, since I have this rouge from Alta Nu out, I'm going to go ahead and do all the cheeks. These guys are just too stinking cute. I don't know who designed these, Jamie, but they did a fantabulous job. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so for this one, I think I want to have the donut part be a little bit darker. So let's come back in with some more Weeping Willow. Oh yeah, that's going to be a nice dark donut. And I'm not using any water with it tonight because this is not watercolor paper, and I'm going to try my best to start only doing watercoloring on watercolor paper, because last night it turned out fantastic. The card that we made last night, that's this one that needs to go in the mail to Miss Dawn. This turned out fabulous. I didn't have pilling, I didn't have any of those other issues, and those were done with some watercolor pencils, and I absolutely love how they turned out. But I have a bad habit of trying to do watercolor on regular 80-pound cardstock. Does it? Yeah. But on just regular 80-pound cardstock, which means that you don't get as good of results, right? So I do need to make sure that I do a better job of that. Okay, let's see. I do kind of want some orange on my little kitty, so why not pull out some orange? So I've got an orange soda over here. That's another one of my little Hero Arts thing. I think these are ones that I got at Michael's at some point as part of some kind of kits or something, and they're still nice and juicy, and I never ever use them. I am so bad. So haven't exactly decided where I want to color on my kitty. And the red over the brown, it looks kind of cool. I mean, the orange over the brown. So the red over the brown definitely gives it a little bit of a reddish look for our little fox, but a little bit of orange over it looks a little bit more like the orange that you'd see on a cat. And he's also got this piece here, part of the frosting, so I'm going to try coloring it in like this. Also got another one. I've got Butter Bar, which is a yellow, and I've got Cantaloupe, which is kind of a peachy color. Heather has some pink and mane that she loves. She needs to get more inks. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I fall in love with a brand and I get all the things. Like I've got lots and lots of, well, not lots, but I've got a lot of Catherine Pooler. And I've also got a few now of Simon Hurley. And of course, we've all got the Distress inks, right? Okay, that one's not really showing up that much, but that is totally fine. Going to come in with some of the Butter Bar, I think, and brighten this little kitty up. Okay, yeah, that is definitely going to brighten it up some. But they still have that, you know, that brownish tint to it. So I think that's kind of cool. And these are not going to be anywhere near as bright as the paper I was wanting to use. I was thinking of using it on some of the pink pattern paper. I may go instead and do the chocolate with sprinkles since these guys are a bit darker. We'll have to see what it looks like in comparison, you know? So our kitty does have a little color. Oh, Linda says what she has the most of is the oxides. Well, that's the thing. I've got a bunch of the oxides too. I've got some stands, some storage things that are stacked up, but they're in a cabinet over here and I never get to them. That's one of the things that I really am, that's one of my plans to do that I'm slowly working on, is to reorganize my stash so I've got the things that I want to use most closest to me. Now, when it comes to inks, I want them to be right here by me. So I've got a lot of them over in this, I've got a 10 drawer rolling stand over here from Michael's. So I've got that and this helps, but it also makes the room look so cluttered because I've got 2 of those and then I've got a rolling cart over here, and it basically makes the room seem smaller, and over time makes me kind of feel, I don't know, kind of smushed in, I guess. I think my little kitty needs a little bit more orange. So I have to figure out a way to do this a bit better. But I am getting better. I mean, I did have I had this much room on my desk, you know, basically right across here. You can't even see what I'm doing. Basically about 18 inches of my 7-foot desk was able to be used. Everything else had stuff stacked up on it. And now most of it has got small stacks of things that need to be put away. And I am putting things away faster. So I'm getting better at it, but it's still not where I want it. Okay, let's see. What do we want to do now? I think I'm going to grab some markers. I could reach them. Yeah, I put some things in front of the markers because I didn't think I was going to use them. So, okay, so I want some hot pink. So I've got my bright pink. So I think that would probably go good, but that might be too... Is that too bright? Because I'm thinking doing this guy with the pink on the top. That I think is going to look good. You love your oxides, but ink blending is splattering all the messy. Yeah, I get it, Linda. Okay, I'm going to come in with this one, just using the chisel nib because it takes less time. And get some pink on there. Yeah, the markers are definitely adding more color over the ink, so that is doing good. Probably because it's alcohol over the water reactive. Except now that's probably the opposite, because now I just realized I never did heat emboss this. I decided I was going to do the heat embossing afterwards, didn't I? Okay, I'm going to just pat it on here because I started smearing some of my sprinkles. Because though I was doing the opposite of what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to do watercolor on this, not alcohol markers. Okay, so now I know. And now I need to restamp and heat emboss this before I mess it up any further, right? Linda is trying to figure out storage. Came home from Bradenton with double what I had. Yep. Understand that one. Well, what I wound up doing is I watched the organization summit. I've been watching and involved with too many summits already. I mean, there's all this information that I'm wanting to cram into my head, and I don't have the time or mental capacity to do that. But it is kind of part of my plan, right? Looks like it's good. Okay, that I'm going to say is good enough. It is a little bit off, but I'm happy with it. let's go ahead and emboss this before I mess anything else up. Because I completely forgot that I didn't do that part. Y'all distracted me. I started talking, and yeah, it's your fault. I'm gonna say that. Yeah. Okay, so that looks better. Although my paper is a little bit warped now. That's okay. Brenda says, since my collection has grown, I make more things. I decided to inventory my items. It's time consuming, but what will be well worth it. Absolutely. I went ahead and got the Color My Life app. It's like $1.50 a month or something. And I have not gotten a chance to start getting everything put in there. I got a lot of stuff in there, but my issue was that a lot of the stuff that I'm using, like all the new things from Spellbinders and such, and the new stuff from Not2Shabby and new stuff, yes, the new things that I'm getting in are not in their database. So that means manually putting everything in. And doing that on my phone wasn't going to work. So they have changed the app. At least last I checked, they had changed the app so it would be able to be used on the. Did I do that part? Nope, I didn't keep that part. You're able to do everything on your PC, which I am a PC person. And okay, I think that's good. Is that good? Okay, that's good. Anyway, I am definitely a PC person, and I think you guys know that. See if I can get some more of this down. But since they did the update, I haven't had a chance to actually start putting everything in. I mean, I did find a workaround before the update, but I haven't, since they announced that they had made that update, I just have not had a chance to do it. Okay, do I want to put more pink on their other donuts? The two that still need some more color are my bears. I could definitely give them a pink bottom layer. I've done so many different organization things, it's not even funny. But I'm also kind of redoing a bunch of stuff and just have not gotten around to getting it finished yet. Step one is all of my new design team products need to be put away because those are probably, because they're the newest, are probably the ones I'm going to be using the most and that sort of thing. And I mentioned this last night on my live too. So I'm getting all of those organized and put away, which I have been doing. I bought some new bins. They're bigger. They hold some of the bigger sets, which is awesome. And I've got most of those already. Most of them are labeled, but they're all put in a different areas. So next I need to put them in that inventory system so I know what I have. And then I can start going through some of my old stuff. And if it is another product that I could do the same thing with what I already have, you know, some of the newer stuff, if it's an old one that I could do the same thing with, like say, okay, let's say for instance, these guys, if I've got another donut critter set that I don't think I'm going to be using, then I can get rid of it and I'll already have this one that'll work instead. I don't need too many things doing the same thing. I mean, I do have lots and lots of flower dies and stamps and such, and I don't really do a lot of it, so I am going to probably need to get rid of some of those. I've got a lot of extra multiples of different birthday sentiments, those sort of things, stuff that I got right to begin with because I thought, I'm going to use that the most. But now I've got more new things that I like better. So yeah. Because here's the thing, and this is going to sound a little bit morbid, but when you think about it, if I die, what's going to happen to all my stuff? Because when I asked my husband, he says he's giving it all to Goodwill. He's not going to go through it. He's just going to box it all up and give it away. He's sitting here listening to me say that, and he just laughed at me. But yeah, that's like, what am I going to do with all his bike stuff if something happens to him? I'd probably give it to somebody. Heather says you're sending it my way. No, the thing is, he would not take the time to do that. He would basically just take it over to the Goodwill, which is like 3 minutes from here. I told you last night I'm getting it. Can you at least... This is Dawn, and she put it in all caps. She said, I told you last night I'm getting it. Can you at least butt my chair first? Because she wants this chair when I finally get my new chair. Heather is in Florida, though, so she said she'll come get it. Because Dawn... Jeez, I've been waiting. I love you guys. Y'all are so funny. Okay. I'm going to have to say that those are going to be done. Now, they look more like donuts having been decorated than, say, just a cutesy, like, these guys can be decorated all nice and bright and stuff. So those can be different. But I think this is what I'm going to do for this one. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these guys out. So we've got all our little dies. We've actually got 2 for the bear, and they're identical. That is kind of funny. She gave us a die for basically everything. Okay, bye-bye, Brenda. If you're fixing dinner, come bring some to me. Because we haven't decided on what we were going to have for dinner. Todd was going to go ride his bike, but you know what? Florida rain got in the way of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and just add our little bear down. And the dies, to me, it looks like as long as you put the silver around the outside of the lines, then you're going to cut it perfect. Because sometimes some dies are a little hard to line up, but I think these should be really, really easy. And just double checking. Yeah, that looks good. And this one is the kitty that we're not going to use because it's got the circle in the wrong spot. So instead, I'm going to use the fox. I'll go ahead and do the fox first. Okay, and grabbing out my Spellbinders Platinum 6. Yeah, the problem with trying to do a D-stash, at least part of the problem that I've found so far, is that shipping costs more than a lot of times than you getting the stuff and just buying it, Linda says she's telling her kids to donate to a women's shelter. That is a great idea. Another thing I would need to do is see if I can get in touch with my stepdaughter. I've got a younger stepdaughter. She's probably 30-ish, something like that. I don't even remember how old she is anymore because time just flies, right? I know her birth date. But I haven't talked to her in a while. It's like you try to get in touch with her. She's not on social media, and I have a hard time getting in touch. And she used to do art, and I would love to give her some of this stuff too. I hope, Debbie, she's that so she can really... Okay. I'm missing something because I think that bike stuff can go to a foster kid and tell him your craft supply should go to a shelter home so the little girls can learn and play. Yeah, his bike stuff. Yeah, they're not gonna. I'm not gonna do that. See, his bicycle is every bicycle he's had is really, really, really expensive. It's not like getting a Schwinn. Even my Mongoose. My Mongoose was fairly cheap at the time that I got it, considering. I didn't know that bicycles were expensive. I had no idea. But yeah, they are. I had a, I don't remember what my last one was when Bob was alive. Anyhow, I got a Mongoose back in 2003. It's a mountain bike, and I got it for around $300 on sale because it was last year's model, and it was supposed to be $600. Todd's bike, he does get all of his parts fairly cheaply because he searches for everything, right? But I think his last bike was like $7,000-8,000. I don't know. I just know it was a lot, and it's because he put so much into it. But then again, if you look at how much stuff we've got in our craft room, that's probably not that bad, right? No, but he's one that he gets jerseys and stuff. He just bought another couple of jerseys because he found them on sale at a really good deal, and they were like $50 a piece for a jersey. Yeah. Anyhow. So when you're getting the real good road bikes, the real good ones, and you're customizing it so that it is fast and aerodynamic and all the things, and that's what he does, then yeah, it can get much, much more expensive. It's not like it's not one where you're just going to Target and getting something that's a beach cruiser or something that's just going to be easy to ride. No, this is what athletes do. Okay, just double checking my kitty to make sure it's lined up because my ink is not lined up with my kitty. But I think my kitty is pretty much lined up. Let's try one more time. Get that in place. So I've got the fox on there, and I've done it before with the cat. So it's like, I'm not sure why I'm having trouble getting it lined up. Okay, I'm going to say that is good. It's going to be good enough. And run these last two guys through. $300 for a bike. Yeah, no way. But y'all are into real biking. Well, back at that point in time, I was just getting into biking because I discovered a off-road biking group. And I didn't have a good bike, so I found a mountain bike. I mean, I literally I think I got something at Kmart back in the day, and that's what I had before. So yeah, I got a mountain bike for $300, which was, if it had been the current year's version, it would have been $600. Todd, how expensive is your bicycle?
Costs about $5,000 to replace it.
Okay, so hey, Miss Judy, how are you doing, honey? So Todd just told me that his bike would cost probably about $5,000 if he were to replace it right now. Of course, he's also done all the customization on it, and he's done a lot of stuff. He's done a lot of customization on it. He's done searching for all of the parts and getting all the parts and getting them on a good sale and all that kind of thing. Okay, so now we've got us 5 little donuts sitting in a row. They're not jumping on the bed like the monkeys, but yeah. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I can do a couple of different things. I actually picked out a couple of pieces of pattern paper for this out of the donuts one, and we've also got the gingham, so we could use the gingham too. I'm thinking that this pink might be too bright for our donuts, but I'd love to get you guys' opinion on that. And this is just because I tried adding color over the browns. Or we could go with the brown pattern, and then the donuts look a little bit brighter. So what do you guys think? And then we can use some of the gingham, like I did last time, actually. I know built bikes are pricey. Yep. So Heather likes the brown. Yeah, I still have the same mountain bike. I've got it in 2003 and it's still perfectly fine. I think we did have to do something with the tires at one point, but then, you know, it still has been fine. It's just harder to ride than a road bike. And this is something I did not know. If you have the wide tires, they do have, it has to do with the difference in the roll resistance, I think is the words. Just if you have the big knobby tires there, it's harder to get them to go faster on a road. But if you have the knobby tires, at least you can go through grass and dirt and all the stuff off-road. Okay, so Judy is just waking up from a nap. Yeah, you mentioned that you were probably going to be taking a nap. Okay, so I've had one person say they like the brown, so I'm going to go with the brown. Although I could use a little bit of both. Let me get out a card base. And do I have a craft one? I might. And that's just craft cardstock. Oh, I do have a craft card base. So since we're doing donuts, I'm going to do a brown donut-y color card base for this. Just score it in half. Jamie likes the brown. Awesome. Jamie, you like the whole paper pad. Okay, so I think I am going to do the brown and then maybe have a little bit of the pink. So that would be kind of cool. I've also been seeing something. I saw something from Jennifer McGuire where she kind of has it off at an angle kind of thing. And I think I might do that just because I haven't done that in a while, you know? So let's cut this one down. I'm going to cut it down to haven't decided. I do like side card base like that, so I think maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think that'll look kind of cool. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Trimming this down to 4 1/4. And even with it on a craft card base, now I'm not going to show the craft. Judy likes the pink. Jamie says yes. And I'm going to cut this one down again to 4 1/4. Then I can figure out how I'm going to put everything together. So I put this one on here and then have this kind of, I think that's going to look kind of cute. Although I don't know what I'm doing with my donuts yet, but they will find a home, right? All right, I could have it like this. And we've got to, I don't want to do that with there, that'd be too much. Okay, let's go ahead and glue this one down. Kind of trying to make executive decisions here. I'm just playing. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Here's the thing. I could always make all of my cards the same, right? You guys have seen enough of my videos to have kind of an idea of a lot of the stuff that I already do. And I could keep everything the same, but of course, what do I want to do? Am I winning this one too, Dawn? Anyhow, what I'm trying to do is try to mix it up a little bit, but of course I don't know. I haven't thought of the idea yet until I get busy creating. And being careful not to cut into my card base here, but I do want to trim off the excess. I still got a little bit of excess up on the top, but I'll take care of that in a sec. I cannot cut that direction. Kidding, I won't play. Yeah. So we could just leave it like that with just the pink. Could do that. And then our donuts would be cute, super cute. But if we want to do this, That would look kind of interesting. And then trim off all the excess. And I think I'm going to pop that up on some foam. Just because I can. Starting off with just that corner. Just starting off with that. And then I will figure out how much I still need to add after I get this down, because I'll still need to trim it. You love sharing. Okay, Jamie, here's the thing. Last night on my live stream on my channel, because I go live on Tuesdays, we made a card, and this is the card that we made. Super cute. And Dawn won this one, and so she's bragging is what she's doing. So she's saying that if I give this one away, she'll let somebody else win this time. Yeah. Of course, I would say everybody needs to send Dawn a card and Jamie a card. Jamie needs some birthday cards, but Dawn should get a card because carpal tunnel surgery. She just had carpal tunnel surgery within the last couple of days, and she still went live last night anyway. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do like that. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I think I'm going to do like that. So it's going to be off both edges, and do have a little bit of extra foam. I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off anyway. And the foam's just adding a little bit of dimension because that's what I like. Oh, this is cute. I'm going to have to do, this one is seat of my pants, guys. I have not done anything like this in a while, but I did see something from Jennifer McGuire sometime in the last week or so where she did kind of a thing. I'm like, I haven't seen one of those in a while because I haven't had time to watch her videos. I'm bad, but I need to do that. But yeah, I think that looks super cute. And I can add the donuts on both sides, and then I'm going to put some kind of sentiment, but depends on how many. Oh, what I was saying before about this guy with the kitty, all we need to do is take our scissors, because I did use the fox die, so you see the shape of the ears are wrong, so all you do is come back in and trim off the excess, and now you got kitty, and nobody else is gonna know that you didn't have a die that fit exactly perfect. But now we have a kitty. Okay, so I think I kind of like that with him tucked a little bit under. Okay, I'm playing. I am just playing. Yeah, the paper is super, super cute. So we got a little bear there. I'm gonna tuck him under a little bit. I think I want that one up there. Put the little fox here and add a little bit of foam behind him, so he'll be popped up. Dawn says she's going to send you a birthday card, Jamie. I'm actually adding a couple of pieces of foam. And they should be able to send the birthday cards just straight to Not2Shabby, like at the address that's on the website. I'm assuming there's an address on the website. I haven't looked. But I'm thinking that should be fine. Right, Jamie? But yeah, happy birthday. So we'll have this little guy that way. And I think I'm going to go just with the kitty and then maybe have this little donut off to the side and off the edge. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm horrible at getting cards in the mail too. Oh, that reminds me. I have a card here from Dawn that I need to open. Speaking of getting cards in the mail, I received one and I haven't actually opened it yet. I was going to do that last night and completely forgot. Well, you know what? After the live and while I was getting your card finished up, getting all the pictures and stuff taken so that I could get them posted all, everywhere, that's when I realized, oh, yeah, I was going to do that, wasn't I? Okay, so now we need a sentiment. And we've got quite a few different ones in here. So we've got, I hope this card makes you smile. Do not worry, be happy, just roll with it. I do not know how to thank you. Donuts fix everything. I think that's this one. We need donuts fix everything. So I need a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with a little bit of craft because we've got so much brown going on. If I brought in a white sentiment, it wouldn't work. Da, da, da. Where's my stuff? Do a quick sentiment and heat emboss. That looks perfect. And I definitely like doing the heat embossing on them because I always smear this ink. It does so perfect dark black, much better than the other ones that I've got. And I think most of the ones I've got are a bit dry. So I either need to decide, am I keeping it and get a refill, or am I going to ditch it? I need to decide one way or the other. I'll probably keep my Memento Tuxedo Black because I do have a re-inker for it. But I've got a couple of Hero Arts that I don't have re-inkers for. And if you're wondering, yes, every time that I do black heat embossing, I always use clear instead of using black embossing powder, because if I use black embossing powder, it's going to go everywhere and I'm going to wind up with little black specks where I don't want it. I mean, you can always do, oh, here's the dice. Okay. You could always use black embossing powder mixed in with something else to make kind of a cool texture, I guess. But I'm not going to use it for things like words. I just won't do it. And I actually picked the right sentiment. I grabbed the right die. Awesome. So let's line that up. And you don't have to use the dies. You could just cut it with a square around it. I've done that too. Lots and lots of times, but I think this is going to be cute. And the more I'm doing, I'm kind of going further and further back away from the camera. Sorry about that, guys. I just have too much stuff on my desk again. And there we go. Just crank that through. Linda says, by the way, hi, Judy. Okay. That is cute. Add a little bit of foam to the back of that. And I think this was actually exactly the right width, I think. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, great. That's going to be cute. And where do I want it to go on here? That'll work right there in the middle. Donuts fix everything. So that's gonna finish up the card. Okay, so you guys were wanting, it sounds like you were wanting a giveaway. I don't do a giveaway every week and I haven't been doing them as much lately. I just haven't been doing as much lately. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull up the giveaway tool. I think I have it set up for this stream to be able to do that. As I go through StreamYard, I sometimes I'll just let you guys know what it is that I work with, because I know that y'all are interested, and some of you guys do have channels yourselves, and if I can share some stuff that works for me, then great. Yes, Maureen had to say something because she wants in on the giveaway. I see what you did there. Hi, Maureen. Okay, let me get the giveaway tool pulled up and let you guys see it, and then we will do a drawing. Okay, yes, I've got that one up. So, one last thing though, just like I did last night, if you are in the chat, if you're in the chat over on Facebook, this is actually only going to be to the folks that are in the chat on YouTube. So, head on over to my channel if you'd like to be in on the giveaway. It's Debbie J's Crafting Corner /live. So, if you go to youtube.com /Debbie J's Crafting Corner /live, it'll take you straight to my channel and to the current live stream. That also works whenever I'm live. You can still use that same link to get in, but in order to be in on the giveaway, you do need to say something in the chat. That's what this giveaway tool pulls from. So let me see if I've got anybody else saying hello yet. And switch the screen back over. Cordelia says something. Love you, honey. Okay, I'm going to say this is probably it. Jane said something. Why not? Awesome. Judy says, ooh, giveaway time. Yay! Fantastic. Okay, let me go ahead and pull that right back up, and then we will do the giveaway. So let's go ahead. I have not added the drum roll yet. So sorry, guys, but here we go. We've got 9 people that are in the chat that have said hello. I can go back if there's anybody new. So if you see a new chat person, should I look? Should I look, or should I go ahead and just hit the button? I'm going to look. Linda says, fancy seeing you in 2 places. Jean says, hi, Debbie J. So, hi, Jean. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this thing. So, drawing. Let's see who is going to win. And it's Miss Judy. Congratulations. And this isn't working. There we go. I wanted the winner thing to pop up because I had the thing in the wrong place, but yay! Congratulations, Miss Judy. So yeah, if I don't already have your address, which I don't know if you're on my email list or not, but if I don't have your address, I'm just going to say go ahead and email me, or you can pop it in over on Facebook. I am also going to recommend that if you're not already signed up to my email list, go ahead and subscribe to that over at edu.debbiejscraftingcorner.com or debbiejscraftingcorner.com. Both of them have got a subscribe thing that go into the same list. But that way I can contact you and let you know what's going on, what's coming up, what happened last week, all the things. Right now, I'm starting to work on my email list thing so that I am planning on sending out a weekly email letting you know what happened last week and what videos went up, what's coming up this next week. That way, at least you know. And if you're not interested in getting those, you can always let me know, and you can also unsubscribe at any time, all the things. So now that we know who this card is going to, after I take all the pictures, I'm going to open this one up that is from Miss Dawn, and then we can all head over to Elizabeth's channel, which I still have to set up that on YouTube. I do not have the redirect set up yet, but I'll get that done. That way, if you're not already watching and watching us both, I multitask all the time. But if you're not already multitasking and watching her already, then it will automatically send you over there when I end the stream. So this one is from, I know it's from Dawn because it says a moosage from me. That's Dawn. Okay. And then on the back, it does have her signature. I read the best enough to send the best. I don't know what that is. Oh, look what she made for me. She gave me a bunch of little chameleons. Live life in color. You are amazing. The note. I'm not going to read the note. That is so cute. Okay, love it, Dawn. Thank you so much, honey. Oh, I cared enough. Okay. Sorry. That little bit right there. Tell me. It's like it does. I couldn't tell that was a CA. It's cute though. Spinning the wheel of fortune. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my settings on YouTube so that I can find Miss Elizabeth. And she might already be done or getting close to it because I know she went live at 7. That's not the right one. Nope, that's not the right one. And I am not seeing it. Let me look her up real quick. I also put a note on her Facebook letting her know that I would send folks over once we were done. And I think she probably is already done. Yep, she's already done. So sorry, guys. I went a little bit over, but I will be sending this card out to Miss Judy. And you can still catch Elizabeth live on the replay. And be sure to give her lots of love. Thank you guys again for popping in and hanging out with me while I'm playing with some Not Too Shabby Shop products. And I've got some more stuff that I'm going to be doing this next week. Because guess what? First of the month. Yeah. So this next month stuff, I think I've got the... Hey, Miss Melissa. I'm actually finishing up, honey. But anyway, this is the cute card that I finished making today. And this one is going out to Miss Judy B. She won this one today. Anywho, I believe I'm going to be working with the box of the month. Yes, I think it was the box of the month. Anyway, that means lots of fun stuff to play with, and they're all super cute. Yeah, I've already looked at it, so I still need to start recording, right? But those will be coming out in the next few days because, again, first of the month. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you soon. Next live stream for me is, I believe, on Tuesday. But I do have another video coming out tomorrow morning. It's going to be at 11 o'clock, and I'm planning on doing it as a premiere. If I get up early enough, I'm going to the gym and then coming back and hopefully be back in time for that. It is going to be a little bit of a long video because there are 8 cards in that video. So I will see you guys later then. Bye, guys.